Hello, so we're on to REID. Can I take your order, please?
Okay, Robin, a massive fight coming up on the world boxing stage in May. CANELO ALVAREZ, boxing's #1 pound-for-pound fighter, fighting Britain's Billy Joe Saunders. Your old title, the WBC Super middleweight title, is on the line. What's your thoughts about that fight?
I mean, I wouldn't say everybody's writing Billy Joe Saunders off. The thing is, when Canelo's mentioned, is in a fight, everyone just presumes Canelo's, because he's an awesome fighter. He adapts his style. He's been up to light heavyweight, from middleweight up to light heavyweight, beating Kovalev to take a world title. He took the super middleweight title, the middleweight title, and he's an unstoppable force at the minute. But the thing is with Billy Joe, he's that confident, which is a good thing. He's confident in his ability. Sometimes he doesn't show the class that he has actually got. I'm thinking, in this time though, he's similar to myself. The better the fighter, I think, the better show you'll get from Billy Joe. So just hope he's on form that night. And you never know, you can't write him off. He's got some awesome skills, and he's just a bag of natural talent. If he puts that all in on the night, who knows? There's been some big upsets before in the past, and he's the guy who could pull it off. So good luck to him. Good luck to him.
If Billy Joe was to ask you some advice or some tactics about how he beats Canelo, what tips or advice would you be passing on to him?
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. I mean, the thing is with Canelo, like you say, he adapts his style to everybody he fights. I mean, his fight against Callum Smith, I thought Callum Smith, he did okay, don't get me wrong, but I thought Callum Smith would have, used his reach and his height advantages a little bit more so than what he did do. So he, as you can see, he does, with Kovalev, he didn't struggle with the height and the reach. So it's a hard one to cut. How do you beat Canelo? I think, but like I say, Billy Joe Saunders, he's got the skills, the boxing skills, he's got the talent. If he can put all that into it and he's 110% on the night, you never know what can happen. I think what he's got to do with Canelo, use his boxing skills, his counter-punching, hit and move, get out the way, tie him up when need be, and I wouldn't say get on the back foot, because Liam Smith did that and it didn't seem to work for him. I think you've got to hold his own in the centre for a bit, get his shots off, then move, use his lateral movement side to side, get out the way of the big shots and hope for the best.
Simple as that then, Rob.
Yeah, we always.
One thing about Billy Joe Saunders, I think some people overlook, and perhaps I've done it myself, I think he actually hits a little bit harder than his record suggests, because he had a couple of good knockdowns when he fought Andy Lee.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'll be honest, when he fought Andy Lee, I thought Andy Lee would have beat him. I thought he was, he was more experienced, would have been too strong, big puncher. And Billy Joe Saunders showed that he could mix with, with big punches, and turned out to have the bigger shot himself. So, like you say, when he's on form and when he's on the ball, he's a force to be reckoned with. And I do believe, when he fights Canelo, it's all going to come, it's all going to come together that night. And I really do hope he wins. It's a tough fight, it's a tough call. But but that's what champions are made of. You take them challenges, you make the most of them, and hope he rips that chance away, and he comes back WBC Super middleweight champion as well.
And from Canelo's point of view, is there any danger of him overlooking Billy Joe Saunders? Because he knows all what we've just said, that he's a massive favourite going into the fight. He's probably looking down the line, maybe at a third fight with Golovkin or other big fights. Is there any danger of him overlooking Billy Joe?
There could be. There has been with fighters before in the past, but I just think Canelo's that professional. He's that, he's just a complete fighter, and I don't think he'll overlook. He knows his own talent, he knows his own ability, he knows how good he is, and he's got that mindset that he can beat anybody. And when you've got that mindset, you can beat anybody, if it all works out and that. But I don't think he's going to overlook him. He knows he's in for a toughish fight if Billy Joe's on form, which I think he will be. I don't think he'll overlook him, because, like you say, you overlook a fighter and that could ruin fights in the future. So, no, I think he'll be on form, he'll be switched on, and he'll just do what Canelo does.
And as we've already mentioned, they're fighting for the WBC Super middleweight title, your old title. Does it register with you when people box for a title that you once held, especially guys like Canelo, who's the #1 guy in the sport at the moment?
Yeah, I always, try and keep an eye on who's got my former title. There's been some good fighters who have had it since I did. Yeah, but I mean, it's the WBC, and it is, they're all recognised belts. Don't get me wrong, but the WBC is always known as like the original, and the green belt, the special belt that everybody wants. Yeah, so and Canelo holds it justifiably at the moment. But it's, like you say, it's there for the taking for Billy Joe. I wish him all the luck in the world, and I do hope he comes. It all comes good for him, but. It's Canelo in it at the end of the day, and Canelo's he's pound for pound best fighter in the world, so that says it all.
How would Robin Reid have gone about fighting Canelo?
Well, I don't think you're allowed to put a horseshoe in your glove these days. Yeah. Sometimes, I mean, it's one of them, and the thing is with a good fighter or a good champion as well, sometimes you have to have a backup plan, two backup plans, plan A, plan B, plan C, because plan A might not be going, to plan. So, I mean, how I would approach Canelo is take the centre of the ring, don't get on the back foot just yet, don't just yet. Hold the centre. I don't mean stand there toe to toe, but get your shots off, then move off to the sides, lateral movement, tie him up when need be, frustrate him, don't let him get his shots off. It doesn't matter if it's a messy fight or whatever. I mean, it's my fight against Joe Calzaghe got a bit messy at times. I would say clash of styles, but my style against Joe's, Joe threw a lot of punches. I'm a counter puncher. I was timing it, catching him with that single punch, but that worked for me on the day. And I think is with Canelo, or beating Canelo, you've got a plan A, like I say, plan B and a plan C. If plan A is not working, then try something else. It's just that if you get stuck in that mode and it's not working, you think, oh, this ain't working, and just let yourself go. Things that you're going to have problems. So like I say, signs of a good champion is having different answers to different problems.
Hello, so we're Reid. Can I take your order, please?